am Lee with the Bob Moog Foundation, and we are here in the Moogseum booth, which we are very much looking forward to the opening of the Moogseum, hopefully on May 23rd, which would have been Bob's 85th birthday. And we hope to have a lot of really interesting vintage stuff on display, kind of like what we have here in our booth for the NAMM Show. This is a rather rare and rather wonderful Moog Modular with quite a history behind it. We actually have synth modules from 2 different decades. Most of the modules are under the RA Moog label, which was Bob's first company. So the RA Moog modules throughout here are 1960s era. And then over here we have oscillator drivers in both cabinets and 3 oscillators from the 70s from Moog Music. So we actually have 2 different eras of Moog manufacturing in this modular system. Quite an interesting history as far as who used to own this. The initial owner was Patrick Gleason and Different Fur Studios in San Francisco. Very famous synthesist back in the 60s and early 70s. One of his most noteworthy clients was Herbie Hancock back in the day. About 1975, Patrick sold the instrument to Don Preston, who was the keyboard player for Frank Zappa's Mothers of Invention. And Don did some modifications to it, including putting it in a plexiglass housing. And he used it on the Apocalypse Now soundtrack back in the day. In 1981, Don sold the instrument to Walter Holland, who is the owner of Holland Synthesizers. He makes aerospace grade synthesizer components, pretty much the most expensive synthesizers you can buy. During Walter's ownership, he's the current owner today, but it was on stage for Steve Wozniak's US Festival in 1982. So it's a pretty serious history and provenance of ownership over the years. In addition, we have some interesting prototype modules. This is a 4x4 audio matrix mixer. We've never seen another one, so this is a prototype that apparently did not make it into production. Down here is a prototype of the fixed filter bank, which was eventually put into production and was an available product for the Moog Modular systems. We've got some panels with some hand-drawn stuff on them. This we're pretty sure was meant to be a sample and hold module that never got completed, with voltage or S trigger switch out. So you could trigger an ARP or a Moog with it, depending on what you want to do. So rare, unique, really cool stuff. It's mostly functional. It's not 100% functional, but we've been able to get most of it back up and running. The lower voice here is being played off of our sequencer module, and I have set the 8th step of the sequencer to skip. So we only are playing in 7 because I dig odd time signatures. So here's the sequence. And we can play with our filter and crank up our resonance. All this great classic sound. And then the upper keyboard here is triggering the upper voice. So there's a little taste of some very vintage modular Moog with some very serious history behind it. But we hope to have lots of very interesting pieces of vintage Moog gear available for display in the Moogseum. We are targeted open May 23rd, would have been Bob's 85th birthday. There will be a variety of exhibits. It'll be highly interactive. We'll have theremins you can play with, Mini Moog Voyagers you can play with. We hope to have a large modular in a recreation of Bob's workbench space. Maybe we'll be able to play with that. You'll have a lot of memorabilia displayed along various walls in the Moogseum. And then for each area, there will be touch screens where if there's a particular rabbit hole you want to explore, you can dig really deep into certain areas of Moog history. So plan on coming to Asheville, North Carolina in late May and join us for the grand opening of the Moogseum. Let's bring our sequence back up and we'll transpose it with the keyboard here. And let's go for more of a classic mini Moogish kind of lead sound up here.
Bye.